Hi and good afternoon. My name is Rosa and this is my podcast. I have had a thought for a very long time and a thought, it's a nagging feeling in my spirit for a very long time. And the nagging feeling and the thought has been, what do you do when you find yourself suddenly single? This thing has eaten on my mind for years. And you see, you don't start thinking about such things until you have gone through it yourself. You are a woman, you've been a wife. Things don't work out. You wake up in the morning and you have nothing. You have no home. Your finances are non-existent. You have children. Now you're faced with rent to pay. You're faced with children to take to school. You're faced with mouths to feed. And the society has suddenly labeled you single. And the society has no kind words for the single parent. The society assumes that every single parent is a wayward woman. The society assumes that every single woman is easygoing and is cheap. So they look at you and you've become a threat. In the church where you're supposed to be getting support, the people you used to hang around with, fellow women, now don't want you. You are a threat. You're single, you have no husband. So they are looking at you as this husband snatcher. In all social gatherings, you've now become a pariah. Nobody wants to associate with you. So who comes to your help? When we go to churches, is this single mother ever addressed? Because I believe that in this church that I am a member, in this church where I have been attending, my source of comfort should actually come from this church. Because my pastor knows me, the people around there know me, but you find yourself all alone. So this thought has been on my mind for a long time. And I believe that God is speaking. Because this single mother, this single woman, this one who has found herself suddenly single, she did not just wake up in the morning and decide, I am walking out. There's a process. There are things she went through. There are things she endured. There are things that God allowed her to go through, and it reached a point she said, I can't take it anymore. And she walked out. You're dealing with someone who is hurt, someone who is broken, emotionally, psychologically, not to mention physically and financially. So who will come to the rescue of this woman? And I believe that the only person who can come to the rescue of this woman is a woman who has walked that shoe. Because if you've not walked that shoe, you are still judgmental. You are still on your high stool and condemning people. How do we help this lady who has found herself suddenly single? Can we share our thoughts? Because this woman needs to get back on her feet. This woman needs to educate her children. This woman needs to feed her children. This woman needs help. We talk of the boy child and the girl child. We talk of so many things, and they are important. But if this mother is broken, how will she raise a girl child and a boy child? How do we come to the rescue of this woman? I would like us to share our thoughts. And anyone with the same mind, with the same train of thought that I have, can you hit my DM? We discuss and we see what we can actually come up with to salvage and to help this woman. And for the rest of us, some of those single women you point fingers at, you accuse of all those things you want to accuse them of. Some of them are so God-fearing. Some of them, you cannot be put on the same pedestal. So let us stop the condemnation. Let us stop the accusations and see how we can help this woman come back to her feet. She's part of the society, and they are not getting out of our society any sooner. Because as the days go by, life is not getting bearable. It's getting unbearable for everyone. And I'm not only talking of this single woman who left her marriage. I'm talking of this woman who went to bed married, woke up a widow. What do we do? I'm talking of this young girl who found herself a single mother because she was raped. She was molested by her own father, her brother, her uncle, the neighbor. So can we stop pointing fingers and see what we can do? But my heart is sold out to that single mother. At least widows have their society. At least the girl child and the boy child has people advocating for them. My sister, you who found yourself single, not out of choice, but out of circumstance. How do we help? How do we make their lives easier? Kindly hit my DM. Let us discuss this thing. Thank you for taking time to listen, because for me it's eating at my spirit, and I think it's time we addressed it. And I want to tell those single mothers out there who found themselves suddenly single. It was not out of your choice, but life became so unbearable. Your mental health was at stake and you just needed to leave. In fact, you reached a point and you said, really, I don't care how I'm going to start, but this place, I am not taking another minute in this house. I have to leave. Let us see how we can help one another. Let us see what we can do to help another woman. I believe God takes us through things so that we are stronger and able to sort out the next person. You who has gone through all the process of healing and you're now healed and you feel that you're able to help another human being, hit my DM. You who is no longer judgmental, you who is no longer bitter, because if you're still bitter, you can't help. But the bitterness is gone and the peace of God has filled your heart. Please hit my DM. We need to have a discussion. We need to have a discussion. We need to have a discussion. I want to bless and to honor the name of God, even for having an opportunity to speak and to bring forth what's in my mind and what's eating at my heart and my emotions right now. Because the mothers are out there, they are suffering, sleeping on the streets, kids are hungry, kids have been sent out of school. What can we do? Let us stop looking at what can the government do for us. It doesn't really care. But what can you and I do for the next lady? What can you and I do for the next child? Don't be so happy that your family is okay, that your kids are okay. You do not know. So please, let us connect. Let us see what we can come up with. Let us see what we can do. I have walked the journey. I have walked the journey. And it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. The scars are there. We've been called names. We've been told all sorts of things. But to me, that is neither here nor there. My concern is for that woman who has just walked out, that woman whose husband just packed and left, that woman who has been left with children and she has no idea what to do with these kids. And before I end up, I just want to tell you, Mama, things will work out. To tell you that God has your back. And I'm sending hugs to all of you women. I'm sending hugs this afternoon. I am sending hugs to you wherever you are. I'm sending hugs in Jesus' name. I give you glory, Lord. As this podcast goes forth, Lord, may it reach the ears of the people who ought to hear. May it reach the ears, O God, of those who will be willing and ready to step in. May it reach their ears in Jesus' name to help us, to help another daughter of God, to help another lady, to help another mother, to help other children in Jesus' name. That's all I had for this afternoon. Shalom, shalom, shalom.